Greetings, Commanders! It's RYANT1UM here, and today we are back once again in Stellaris Console Edition, taking a look at Dev Diary number 20 with the title of Relics. So those wonderful people over at Paradox Interactive once again are blowing up the Stellaris Console Edition stuff with new updates and things to look forward to in the future. Now, last Friday, I'm filming this on Monday, so last Friday, there was another dev diary posted, only with the title of Relics, and it got me so excited, just because of the implications of what this could mean. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put a huge disclaimer and a huge spoiler. If you don't want to hear kind of my thoughts about what's about to come with Relics and everything like that, I'm going to talk about the relics themselves that they list in the kind of pictures part of the dev diary, and then I'm going to talk about what the archaeology sites could possibly mean. So if you don't want to be spoiled as to what that could mean, probably don't watch after I go over the relics. So yes, the relics are going to be a thing here in Stellaris Console Edition. Now, to be fair, there was at one point, if I'm not mistaken, one relic that you could get, and that was the Ether Drake head. If I'm not mistaken, that was one of the original ones that you could get even before we got into 2.2. Although it may have been when we got into 2.2 that you could see that one relic. Because I perfectly remember seeing that on console. But what this means is it's going to give us the opportunity to finally have relics from some of the more important things, from some of the more dangerous things that you take on in the galaxy of Stellaris. So, the relics are a really cool new feature to Stellaris. Relics are very powerful artifacts and trophies that you can collect. Every relic has a passive and an activation effect. And relics will have a shared cooldown, so you can't really activate more than one at a time. So what exactly does that mean? Well, in the picture shows two of them from some of the endgame crises. One from the Unbidden, and one from the Pretheran Scourge. Now, the one from the Unbidden, obviously, is the Warlock, which you see on screen now. And what that does is it gives you a passive effect of plus 15% sublight speed. Now that's pretty great, but the Unbidden Ritual is the active effect. It's a modifier for 120 months, giving the following effects of a jump drive range plus 100%. That's insane! You could jump so freaking far, especially if you're getting ready to go into a gigantic battle with a very wide empire. You could jump across their entire freaking systems, or across their entire freaking empire and not have to blink an eye. Then we have the Pretheran Brood Queen, and that is the one from the Pretheran Scourge, obviously. But you can see the extra-dimensional Warlock and the Pretheran Brood both have different costs. So the extra-dimensional Warlock, the one from the Unbidden, costs 150 influence to activate. However, the Brood Queen costs a whopping 10,000 food to activate that. So this one gives a passive effect of plus 30, not 30%, plus 30 society research, but you can also breed a small that's a hard word to say, Pretheran fleet. Pretheran fleet. You can breed a small Pretheran fleet, which it can be kind of powerful, but I imagine it would take a couple cycles, a couple rotations to get yourself a decent-sized fleet from those things, because that's the best thing about it. Once it's done being cooled down, you can just activate it again. Granted, the cooldown is 10 years, but still, it's still kind of nice. So I'm just going to touch briefly on what exactly they listed on the dev diary, but then I'm going to go into spoiler territory. So this won't be spoilers as of yet. So the Archaeology sites are coming, and the Archaeology sites are another new feature added to Stellaris Console Edition with the next update. So what this does is it gives your scientists yet another thing to do out there in space, and you will come across these specific ones that are coming within this update. They list one that's called Never Get. And you can see in there, you've got a couple different things. You've got Chapter 1, you got breakthrough chances, difficulty, skill bonus, and clues, all of which are factored into the level of your scientist that's actually doing the excavation of the project. Now it's time to get out your Indiana Jones kind of hat and whip and get ready to delve into some of these dig sites and stuff like that. But now let's get into my prediction, and this is where some spoilerific stuff could come in, so I'm just going to go ahead and warn you now. So, could this mean that Ancient Relics is coming? I don't know. It's very likely, I would say. I'm not confirming anything, because I have no idea myself. But how cool would it be if Archaeology and Ancient Relics DLC came right after Lithoids? That would be so awesome. So what exactly does that mean for Stellaris Console Edition if Ancient Relics decides to come out after Lithoids? Well, that would mean we would have a plethora of new things and a plethora of new spice added to the universe and to the galaxy of Stellaris Console Edition. We're talking the ancient relics. We're talking the relics that we could dig up and become the chosen one of the spiritualist fallen empire. We're talking about being able to dig up a fallen titan out of the freaking depths of a planet. There are so many cool events that can happen within the Ancient Relics DLC that I don't know is confirmed. So don't take this, and run with it and say, Ryant1UM confirmed it, because I didn't. It's just speculation at this point, but the fact that they brought out a little snippet about Ancient Relics and the dig sites themselves really, really lends to the idea that we're going to get Ancient Relics. And the reason I say that is because of things that have happened in the past with DLC that was coming in the future. For instance, I believe when they added Apocalypse, they left in the slave market tab on the intergalactic market, which is a Megacorp DLC part, and look at that, we got Megacorp. Not to mention, there were a couple of different things that were slipped up and, kind of pushed in there. But I think the fact that if we get Archaeology and Ancient Relics, oh man, it'll add so much flavor to the world and to the galaxy of Stellaris. It's certainly one of my favorite DLCs on PC, and I really do think that with Console Edition, if it decides to come to it, it's going to be one of the best DLCs to come to it next to maybe Utopia and Apocalypse. It's that good in my opinion. So what do you guys think down there in the comment section? Do you think we're going to get Archaeology? Do you think we're going to get the Ancient Relics site or the Ancient Relics DLC after Lithoids? Or do you think Paradox Interactive, our lovely overlords there, decide maybe we'll bring it out with Lithoids? Now, I don't know. But I suppose we'll just have to wait and find out. I know for one, I am super pumped to see what happens with this. But let me know what you guys are thinking down there in the comment section. And until next time, guys, this is Commander Ryan1UM signing off.